Hello class, today we're going to be talking about motivation and goal setting. This is chapter 3 in your textbook. So what is motivation? It's always great to check in with your motivation. Are you feeling super motivated? Do you need to recharge? Motivation, as far as our textbook definition goes, is your inspiration and commitment to achieving a goal. And that goal can be academic, professional, personal, lots of different goals that you can be working towards. So two types of motivation. They are internal or external, also referred to as intrinsic and extrinsic. Internal is really the personal reward that you're getting from doing the activity. It can be a sense of pride, self-respect, joy, just a sense of accomplishment or winning. Some people are very motivated by competition, overcoming a challenge or taking on a new challenge. Also, we have an external motivators. Those are behaviors where you have a reward or you're avoiding an adverse outcome. So things like money, parents can be making you do something, prizes, certifications, grades, lots of different types of external motivators. And one is not necessarily better than the other. It just really depends on how you're feeling about a goal. If you really love what you're doing, then you're really rewarded and motivated by that sense of accomplishment and internal joy. If you have a goal that you have to do, maybe it's not something you're super excited about, or maybe it's something that's new for you, then an external motivator might be the way to go. Ways to stay motivated as you're moving through your semester and your college career. You want to make sure that you are assessing your internal and external motivators. Make sure you're applying them in a way that best suits you. And always remember to keep your why close by. So why are you doing this? You can make a visual representation. Some people use positive quotes in their bathroom mirror. Some people put their why in their car and see it every day. It can be a picture, it can be a saying, but it's important to keep that close by. Find people who challenge you. Make new friends in school. Maybe they challenge you to study more or to study more effectively. Set some goals. Create that sense of accountability. And then be mindful that failure is not the end. A good friend reminded me once that fail means the first attempt in learning. And then, of course, be focused. Distractions can really undermine your motivation. Turn off those devices. Set time on your calendar so that you're, really doing your work undisturbed. Think about your motivational barriers. What are some things that have gotten in your way, either a previous semester or a previous experience in college? What are the things you're going to need to manage in order to go forward successfully? We talked about resources. Make sure you are tapping into those resources that can help you break through the motivational barriers. And then, of course, listen to yourself. Your language can have a big impact on how you feel and how you're being motivated towards something. One word you can get rid of in your vocabulary is the word try. When you tell yourself you're going to try to do it, you're really leaving the door open to give yourself an out. It sounds really different when you say, I will do my best, I promise I'm going to work harder, I know I'm going to get an A. So those are much more confident attitudes to have in order to move forward in a positive way. Also think about the word but. If you can get rid of that, it will help your motivational energy. When you say, yes, I need to study more for my math class, but I really don't have any more time to devote to that class, you set out an intention and then you backpedal. So instead, yes, I know that time is an issue. Still, I really must devote more time to my math class. So those messages that you're sending yourself, whether they're conscious or unconscious, can be really powerful. And then, of course, my mother's favorite, erase the word can't from your motivational vocabulary. It really undermines your motivation. Can't, again, giving yourself an out. Make sure that you get rid of these 3 words from your vocabulary. All right, so that brings us to your goal project. You're going to be completing a goal project this week. It's worth 100 points, so I just wanted to talk about it a little bit so you can be clear about how you're going to be graded. You are going to set 3 goals. You're going to set a personal goal, and you can think about the the dimensions of wellness. You're also going to set an academic goal. Maybe it's to discover, what courses you're going to take for the fall or for the rest of the time that you're here. And then you're going to set a career goal. For this project, you can really think short-term goals. It really doesn't matter to me, but I would go ahead and go with short-term goals. Think about goals in these 3 areas that you're going to accomplish this semester. So you want to make sure that your goals are SMART. Here is an outline of what the SMART acronym stands for when it comes to goals. There's also a PowerPoint on the Canvas link that steps out the components of the project and gives you an example of each piece, but let's go over them. Now, a specific goal really is very precise when it comes to what you're trying to accomplish. So the more specific, the better. It's not vague. You can really start to see what numbers are part of that goal, how that goal is going to be measured, what's the accountability, and then the achievable. The way that I like to explain it is the achievable part of the SMART goal. Those are your daily activities that you're going to be doing to meet that goal. So you're going to come up with maybe 5 things, 3 to 5 things that you're going to be doing every day or every week in order to make sure you're getting that goal. The realistic part of the project, you're going to talk about how that goal is realistic for you. Is it really doable? Is it really possible for you to achieve that goal? So really spending some time thinking about your motivation, what's going to get you there. And then lastly, you have your time frame or your deadline. So for example, Celeste wants to lose 10 pounds for her sister's wedding in 6 months. Rather than saying, oh, I just want to eat less and exercise more, for the next 6 months, I will eat fewer than 1,200 calories a day. I'm going to track that. I'm going to make sure that my food's nutritious, and then I'm going to exercise a certain number of days. So definitely some numbers there. You can see where she's got that accountability. So when you sit down to do your SMART goals, you might say, oh, I want to get good grades. Now, in order to make that goal SMART, you would want to state it like this. I want to achieve a 3.5 this semester. So you have a time frame, you have something you can measure, and so those are all important parts of the goal. I want to read more. I'll read 30 pages a day for the rest of the semester. So that's the specific piece of the goal. And you can read the rest of these. This PowerPoint is going to be posted on Canvas as well. So you can kind of get a sense of what a specific goal is. But if there's not a number in there, it's not specific. Values. Values are really important. They're things that we hold dear, and they're super motivational forces. They're the rudder behind our choices. It's really why we do things. So for each one of your goals, you're going to have a slide or a part in your paper that talks about the goal that's important to you for each one of your goals. So each goal is going to have a value that matches up with it. All right, so let's take a look at our assignment instructions. All right, so we have our purpose. You're going to have an academic, a personal, and a career goal. 3 goals total. You are going to present your goal in Word, PowerPoint. You can do a poster if you want to. You can take a picture and upload that to the link when you're done. You could use Prezi, lots of different ways to do it. You're going to really use the SMART goal outline, so making sure that all your pieces are there, and again, there's a little bit more direction on the link and Canvas. Present your goals in a creative way, which means include at the very least 3 pictures, so 1 picture per goal, but you can do more. These are really your goals, and so I would really encourage you to take this time to really create something that you're going to print out, you're going to post, you're going to really use to keep yourself focused. Again, pick a value that supports and motivates you to achieve your goal. You'd have 1 value per goal. So for example, you want to achieve a 3.5 GPA this semester. The value that's driving that goal would be just your love of knowledge. So that it could be anything. There's lots of leeway there. I want to hear what you're thinking and what's really driving you. Step 5. So you're going to include a letter from your future self. So imagine who you're going to be in 10 years. That person is writing a letter to your current self. So the future self is writing to your current self, and they're just writing a letter of encouragement. They're just letting you see what it's like down the road, encouraging you in your current state to just continue on and to know that you're going to get there. And let's see, the letter can express how you feel now that you've reached your goal. So you're going to you're going to really use your future self to encourage your current self. All right, so just a little summary of what we talked about today. We talked about the definition of motivation and the difference between internal and external. We talked about what SMART stands for: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. At least 2 words, really 3. You want to get rid of try, but, and can't. And then you want to be aware of your own motivational barriers so that you can manage those. All right, you can go to Canvas now and start working on your project. Let me know if you have any questions.